Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, it's Captain Invisible here, and welcome to something very special. I'm really excited to bring you a first look and the introduction to Civilization Beyond Earth. Now, this is going to be a new game I'm going to be playing as a Let's Play for you guys. So I'm going to be doing a Let's Play on this game. This is just the introduction video to it, because I need you guys. I need you to give me some guidance and to actually set me off on this campaign, because you are going to be my colonists. That's right, guys. You are going to be the driving force of my campaign. And to start with, I need you guys to decide on a very important matter for me. But first, I'm going to leave you with the introduction video to this game.
In the twilight of Earth's great civilizations, we were chosen. Some were selected for their skills, others for their strength, and some by luck. The great ships were the embodiment of each nation's ingenuity, courage, and faith. And they sent us to the stars in search of a new home. As we raced skyward, we carried aloft the hopes and dreams of those left behind. Our journey through deep space was long and quiet. And it is finally over. Now we look upon our new world for the first time. On these alien shores, our destiny waits. A new beginning for mankind.
If you've not heard of Civilization 5 Beyond Earth, then you've been living in a hole, or you've been boycotting Steam because it's plastered all over Steam, and there's various news about it online, and it's got some great reviews. So yeah, if you've not heard of it, then you've been living in or under a rock. And you know how much I love rocks, but you've been living under you've been living under one. No, seriously guys, if you've not heard of this game, or any of the Civilization games, what they basically are they are 4X games, which stands for games about exploring, expanding, exploiting, and exterminating. So basically, you are exploiting resources, you are expanding an empire, you are exploring a world, and you are exterminating everyone that gets in your way. So that's the general gist of the 4X games, and this is probably the best one I've seen so far. I love the whole idea of space, and I really love the idea of this game. Basically, the idea of it is you're basically fleeing Earth. You know, Earth's dying, it's falling to bits, and something's happened to it. They call it something like the Great Cataclysm or something. But basically, we've screwed it up. You know, Earth's dying, and it's probably humanity's fault. But it doesn't like to say it's humanity's fault. It likes to blame it on something else. But I think humanity will probably end up burning the world itself. So yeah, we're basically the last surviving humans that have escaped Earth to hopefully build a new world, a new colony on this world, leaving behind all the other humans to burn and die on their own dying planet. So, yeah, yes, we were chosen because we are special, and we were basically chosen for our skills, all using air quotes, to to define our special qualities. So, what I want to go over with you first, guys, is I need to go over with you the start of this game, which is going to be the difficulty setting, the map size, and I forget what the other one is. Let me just get into it. Game pace, there we are. So, map size and game pace will be fairly standard. I don't want to mess with them too much. So, looking at it, I think standard is probably the best game pace to go on. And then map size, I'll probably be either looking at dwarf, which is 4 players, so me plus 3 other AI players, no doubt, or small, which is me and five other AI players. So yeah, we'll probably go on either of those. Probably small, no doubt. It's the problem with these larger ones, the standard and the massive, is I've heard from people that they are too big. In that the maps are so huge that even with 8 and sort of 8 players and such, especially this 8 players with more open space, you just never meet anyone. It's just going to take me ages to actually get to anyone to either trade or kill them. So in that regard, yeah, it's a bit too massive, these two. So if anything, I would go for these two. The Jewel is just a bit too small for my liking. So yeah, these two are probably the most ideal ones. And as I say, game pace, I don't want to mess with that too much because I don't understand it enough. What I want you guys to choose, though, is the difficulty setting. And I'm going to tell you now, from the bottom of my heart, that I'm not going to play on the Sputnik Easy mode. And I'm not going to play on the Apollo Hard mode. Nothing against Apollo, but the difficulty setting on hard basically gives the AI cheats. It makes them cheat, and I don't want an AI that cheats that much. The rest of these do say that the AI gets some advantages over the player, but not as much as it would on the hardest setting. So I'm giving you guys freedom to choose anything in between here. Bearing in mind that the more difficult it is, the quicker I will probably get annihilated, so bear that in mind. I'm not very good at this game, so please be kind. Basically, be kind to me whilst we're doing this. So we're just going to pick any old setting, and what I'll do in a minute, guys, is I shall go through the factions and their bonuses. So if you just bear with me, I'll be right back. Hello again, guys. I was just resetting my recording to do another 10 minutes because the factions are a bit long-winded and I want to go over them in quite a lot of detail. So, the first one on the list is the ARC. For those of you that can't spell, that says ARC, which is a bit dubious. I don't like the fact that it says ARC, but it stands for the American Reclamation Corporation, which is a much better sounding name. It rhymes too. So yeah, what the ARC is all about is it's all about covert operations, and it says that the covert operations are 25% faster and cause 25% more intrigue. Intrigue basically being the when your spy sort of infiltrates, it's that your spy's going to create intrigue, and the more intrigue that is caused, the more damage that spy can do, or the more information it can gather, until eventually, when you get full intrigue, your spy can decide he's going to call a nuke on that city, or he's going to call in some aliens to attack it or whatever. So that's the basic idea of intrigue and what the American Reclamation Corporation is all about. The next one on the list is the Pan-Asian Cooperative, and the Pan-Asian Cooperative is all about production. So they get plus 10% production towards wonders and 25% worker speed. So their workers are going to work 25% faster and thus exploit resources quicker. So they're a good one if we just want to build up production and get lots of resources and build lots of pretty cool, interesting things with those resources. The next faction on the list is the Franco-Iberia, which is basically France and Spain put together. And their advantage is they gain a free technology for every 10 virtues. So the virtues are basically unique little things that you like a skill tree basically, and you build it up and you get extra bonuses for your faction. And if we get 10 of those, we get an extra technology. So this sounds basically technologically and culturally advanced in that sense. So they're going to be quite nice for a culture bonus faction. The next one is the Slavic Federation, and their bonus is they get orbital units stay in orbit 25% longer, and the first one that you launch gets you a free technology. So what this is it's a new thing they've added into the game, whereby you get orbital units, which are basically satellites and things. And when you launch them, they give you bonuses such as producing more energy for your colony, and you're setting up orbital defenses, your big giant laser satellites and things. So if we start as the Slavic Federation, those satellites would stay up 20% longer. So that's quite a nice one to have if you want to exploit the new orbital system. The next one is Australia, I think that's how you pronounce it, and they get +2 trade routes available for the capital. So pretty self-explanatory. They're going to be a trade-oriented faction, sort of. You're rolling in the money and then using that money to basically crush your enemies with gigantic money bags and as weapons. So yeah, pretty nice trade faction there. Pretty standard for any sort of Civilization game. So the next faction, and I do apologise if I pronounce this name incorrectly, is the Kavithan Protectorate, and their bonus is cities and outposts acquire new tiles twice as fast. So they basically grow faster. They're influence area is going to expand faster, and they're going to be able to reach more resources, and thus get more resources into their cities faster. So they're quite a nice one to have if we want to be an expansionist sort of faction, just to take over the map and not leave anything for anyone else. So yeah, quite a nice one there. I think their part, the intro movie I showed you, I think that was the Cavathian protectorate there. So it's quite nice that they implemented the kind of factions into it. The next one on the list is Brasilia, and Brasilia have units that have 10% strength in melee combat, so their units are just going to be stronger in melee and just really get up and brawl with the enemy and really put the hurt down. They're going to be a very militaristic faction, really sort of strong and just basically put down enemies and the aliens faster, because the aliens are melee, sort of, they have melee orientated units, so they're going to be good at taking those guys down. And then the last one is the African Union, and the African Union get 10% food bonus in their cities when they are healthy. So when their cities are healthy, they get a food bonus, and that will help their cities grow more. So they're a very sort of growth orientated faction, really for growing. And as soon as they grow, they're going to be able to get more resources, because they're going to have more population to gain those resources. So yeah, quite a nice faction there. So those are the factions. I don't mind doing random if you guys want to just see how I do with random. But I like choosing my my factions purely because of the other options that you get available for choosing resources and things. But I will go random if you guys don't fancy picking a faction for me. Okay, so the next option on the list is the colonists. So this is you guys. This is going to be what you guys are good at. What are you guys other than humans? So, are you scientists? Are you good at science and stuff? And scientists get plus science in every city, so +2 science in every city. Are you guys refugees? Which gives us +2 food in every city. Aristocrats, you posh swanky people, you. +3 energy, which is, I'd say, is basically the currency, and +1 health in every city. So we get healthy colonists, and we get some energy. Are you guys engineers? +2 production in every city. Or are you guys artists, which gives us +2 culture, and +1 health in every city. These options work quite well with the various factions that I just showed you. There's quite a few options available. Like the artists will go well with the Franco-Iberia. Engineers might go quite well with the Pan-Asian cooperative. And things like the aristocrats and the artists, to be honest, might go well with the African Union, because they like their cities healthy, so the extra health will help those guys out. So yeah, as I say, pick a colonist, pick a colonist, any colonist, and we'll roll with that. Whichever one, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter even if it doesn't match up with the faction. This is purely going to be for fun, so just go with it, guys. Okay, so the next option is to choose a spacecraft. What is our spacecraft designed for? These are basically all the sort of the sensors and special equipment the spacecraft has on it. So the first is a continental surveyor, which will reveal all the coasts on the map. So basically, it reveals the coastlines of the map. So it won't reveal the interior of any continents or islands, but it reveals the outside. This will be really good for maps with basically a lot of small islands and a lot of ocean, because we'll basically be able to see almost every single island on the map, because we can see the coast of all those islands. It won't be too good for Pangaea. That's one of the maps you can get. And Pangaea is basically just one supercontinent, which is just the circumference of one continent. And since you already know you're on one continent, it's a bit pointless. But yeah, it'd be quite good for sort of maps, as I say, to see whether you're on a small island or a massive continent. So it'd be good in that regard. And I don't mind picking it if you guys pick it, but there's a lot of better ones down here, as I'll show you. So the next one is retrograde thrusters, and this gives us a wider area to choose from when we're landing our first city, and it gives us additional visibility around our starting area. So when we get into the game, we get to land our spaceship on the planet, and it turns into a colony. And what this means is, or what the retrograde thrusters means is, we get a larger area to choose from to land our ship, as opposed to a small sort of concentrated area. So we get to choose a wider area, and there might be some better resources further out from our original landing zone. So we get a wider area to choose from to land that extra bit further away to reach those resources. So it's quite good in that regard. So being able to reach far-reaching resources that others might not. The next one is the tectonic scanner, and this one requires no technology needed to see petroleum, geothermal and titanium resources. So we don't need the technology to actually see these resources. They'll just be revealed on our map, and we can sort of plant colonies near them as needed, as we see them. I think they're quite useful resources. But one thing to note is we will not be able to exploit those resources until we get the technology. We can only see them. I think the technology is not too far up the technology tree, but yeah, we won't be able to actually exploit them until we've researched the technology. We will only be able to see them and get close to them in preparation of that. The next one is the fusion reactor, and if we have a fusion reactor, we begin with 100 energy at the start. And as I say, what energy is it's basically the money of the game. So if we start with 100 energy, we can basically basically get that step close to buying new units such as soldiers and a colonist and a worker and such. So we're basically going to be in the lead in terms of being able to buy a unit quicker and get that out into the world to do its thing. And the final one is the life form scanner, which will reveal alien nests on the map. So as I say, there are aliens in this game, and they can be friendly, but all they really want to do is eat you, eat the colonists they see. So revealing them will give us a good idea of where to avoid putting our new colonies, and will help us hunt them down and kill them, basically. Or make friends with them, as the Harmony like to do. So yeah, it will give us a good idea where they are, and as I say, to avoid them until we can befriend them. So yeah, it'd be quite good in that regard. But as I say, I think there's better ones. I think these top three are probably these middle three, should I say, are probably the better ones. But as I say, I'm going on your guys' judgment. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I don't even want to influence you, actually, guys. So ignore everything I've just said. Just roll with it, and let's just have fun with this. As I say, it's just gonna be a fun little thing that I want to do with you guys. So the next option we have is the cargo. So what have we brought from Earth? on our ships. We could have brought the hydroponics chamber, which will give us an extra population in our first city. So what this means is we get our city will grow quicker because we've already got the extra population to be able to allow it to grow. So it's going to be already a big city, and it's going to be able to then exploit more of the resources around it. So that'd be quite good. Laboratory. Did we start off with a laboratory? This one will allow us to begin with the pioneering technology at the start. The pioneering technology is the one that we need to get colonists. So if we have the pioneering technology, we can create a colonist and send him out to create a new colony, which sounds good, but sort of rushing out colonists can be a bit tricky, especially, as I say, with all the marauding aliens about. So it's not a bad one, but as I say, I think there's better ones. Speaking of the better ones, raw materials allows you to begin with a clinic in your first city. Clinics will basically give us health, which will allow our population to grow quicker and keep our population happy. So again, another good one that works well with the African Union, and it's quite a nice one to have, because otherwise I would have to build a clinic, and that would take time and energy, and I have neither. So the next one, which I'm sure you guys will absolutely love, is the weapon arsenal, which allows us to begin with a soldier unit, so we can start hunting down those pesky aliens and killing them off and making them angry and having them kill us later on. So yeah, if you guys want us to start with a soldier, I'll be happy to pick that one, even though it will probably bite me in the ass later on. Or we can start with machinery, which allows us to begin with a worker unit, so we can start exploiting those resources around us and thus getting more resources in. So yeah, again, another good one. I think these two are probably the best ones, and probably hydroponics. But as I say, I'm leaving you guys to it. You guys choose for me, and I shall follow. I may be your leader, but I listen to my people. And then the final option is the planet. What planet would you like us to colonize? I'm not too into looking at the advanced world, simply because it says you're offering a greater challenge for experienced players, and I'm neither an experienced player and neither looking for the challenge. So we're just going to start with the three standard ones. The first one is a Terran world, and these are all randomly generated, so we could rescan just to see what it came up with. So Terran worlds are basically like Earth. You know, they have several large land masses and sort of smaller islands dotted about. So quite a nice sort of Earth-like one there. There's a Protean world with one giant supercontinent, so like Pangaea, just a massive supercontinent with a massive sea around the rest of the world. So yeah, so one big land mass, everyone's on that land mass, there's going to be no sort of real naval problems, it's all just going to be on land, all fighting for this giant land mass. And then there's the Atlantean world, which is basically, as I say, loads of small islands. You're completely the opposite of Pangaea. It's going to be loads of small islands in a massive sea of water, and basically we're all going to have our little islands, and we're going to try and move across the sea to each other. Lots of naval combat, lots of interesting aliens. The water aliens are probably the most interesting and violent aliens about. And yeah, just lots of interesting naval action. Or we could just do random world. We could literally just randomize the world and see what it came up with. So I'm gonna leave you guys for a few moments. I will be back. Well, it'll be a few seconds for you, but it'll probably be about a minute or two for me. I'm just gonna get in the game, show you what landing's like, and then I'm going to show you the affinities, which is going to be the last thing I want you guys to choose for me. So I shall be back in a moment. Hello again, guys. Right, so this is the affinities section. We don't get to choose any of these as of yet. What it basically says is that we will eventually get to evolve into one of these depending on which path we take in the world. So I shall go through them with you, and I'll tell you what we basically need to do in order to get to these, and I'll let you guys. You could do your own research. You could go on the Wikipedia and just see what each involves with the different units and things. But we shall start on the purity, and the purity says that this reserves and preserves our origins from the old Earth, and reshapes the new planet in its image, an ideal home and ideal for the human race. So basically what they're all about is, and I know I said that wrong, guys, but you know, it's my take on it. So what basically they involve in is they're basically the purity of humanity is its own reward. So they're up for upgrade, basically advancing humanity to peak condition. You know, making the perfect humanity. You're eradicating human diseases and basically making humans pure and just so uptight, basically. Not to sound too put off by it, but the first time I heard it, I was really like, God, that is so uptight of them, and it kind of is. I mean, humanity was the one that was destroying the world, so why would you want to then recreate humanity to destroy this one? It's a bit of a catch-22, but it started to grow on me because they do come up with some quite interesting stuff to work with. So yeah, as I said, purities are looking to basically make humans perfect, and my music's getting quite loud actually. Oops. Oh no. Anyway, I've deleted it, but I hope that's given you a good look at them. Basically, as the humanity was the pure one, the one that you basically focuses on humans. You know, humans are humans and they are perfect, is what their kind of motto is. The next one on the supremacy was the robots, basically. What happens when technology takes over our lives? Well, we become robots, basically. Removing flesh from mechanical parts, and eventually we don't require our flesh anymore. We just need more machinery. You know, we are the machine. We become the hive mind, and we need to free all other races from their flesh. Is basically what supremacy are all about. They are exactly what their title says. They are supremacy over everything. You know, we need to change our own bodies in order to live on planets, and if we change our own bodies with mechanical parts, we become so advanced that we can live on all worlds, and we should live on all worlds because we are superior, is basically what their motto entails. So yeah, it involves us becoming machines, and we get some pretty nice unique robot type units. So yeah, they are quite good. Again, if you want more detail on them, check out the Wikipedia and make your decision based on that. And the last one is the harmony, which the name harmony is a little misleading. What harmony means is it means harmony with the planet, and what the harmony section means is they basically advance their technology based on preserving the planet as it is, as the alien world, the sort of hostile alien world that it is, and instead of changing the world like purity would do, is they change themselves, but they change themselves with alien DNA, so they basically become like the aliens by adapting their own genetics to that of the aliens, and that allows them to live on the planet without any other modifications like the cybernetic implants, or having to be forced to change the world around them like the Purity does. They're going to have access to some pretty neat alien units, and they're basically not going to be affected by any of the adverse effects like the miasma and other such nasties. And I think later on they actually get to control some of the stronger alien units, so that's going to be quite neat to use. Definitely something I look forward to. So, as I say, I apologise for getting rid of that screen. If you want to go back and look at each of them and read through them, please do. But as I say, if you want to look at the Wikipedia as well, it's got more detailed, in-depth looks at them. So please look through any of them that you require. So those are the different affinities. As I say, we won't start off with any of them. We're going to advance towards them. But first we need to obviously create our faction and things, and then we need to focus on the technology that will advance us in that direction, sort of genetics, robotics, or other such things. I forgot what the Purity line is, but I'll show you them all here anyway. So this is our landing zone, and this is the landing zone with the retrograde thrusters on. If we didn't have the retrograde thrusters, I think it would be sort of this size. It's quite small. I think it's only a 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sort of 5 hexagon sort of thing. It's only quite small. Certainly not as wide as this one. So yeah, it's quite small. Probably be about there. So yeah, if you want us to be more focused, we can do that. Or if you want us to have retrograde thrusters, it'll look a bit more like this, and you can land closer to these sorts of things, these special resources. So yeah, as I say, if this is your kind of landing zone, go for that. Otherwise, we can start with a smaller one, and it can still be quite good. That means we can get an extra sort of scanner, like the alien scanner, and we can scan for alien nests and such. But as I say, those are your two options, either that or kind of this sort of size. I think that's all I wanted to talk about in this introduction. As I say, I'm going to leave it up to you guys, so if you post in the description, post in the comments what you want our sponsor to be, what you want the colonists to be like, what you want you guys to be like, what you want the ship to be like, what you want the cargo to be, and the planet, and then also the difficulty setting. Again, go back through the video, have a look through them, listen to the comments I've made, and as I say, just have fun with it. This is going to be a fun little series that I'm just going to do, just to again have a play around with it. So don't think too much into it. If you just want to do something on a whim, please do, because as I say, I want to have fun with this and I want to just enjoy it, and I'll enjoy it more if it's our faction. If you guys are my colonists and I am your leader, and I'm leading you into becoming part of this world. So yeah, it'd be quite fun doing that, and as I say, I'll have a lot of fun doing this series with it. So I'm gonna head off now, guys. As I say, have a good think about it, and as always, don't forget to rate, comment and subscribe, and I shall see you in a couple of days where I will count up the votes and I shall start this campaign. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and I shall see you later.